The $1 million question: should you focus on dividend investing? Should your primary goal of investing be to grow the amount of passive income you can generate through dividend stocks? I'm Max with Stock Masters. This is a touchy subject, this one. This might rattle some cages, but I'm here to tell you that it really just depends. Um, and there's a lot of factors that could go into it. One first thing I'll bring up is a lot of people psychologically really like the idea of dividend investing and passive income. A lot of people will cite Warren Buffett as a very good example of he's a dividend investor. Look, he invests in all these dividend stocks. Warren Buffett invests in dividend stocks out of circumstance, not out of a desire to invest in dividend stocks. Warren Buffett invests in value companies, value stocks, which tend to pay a dividend because typically value stocks are mature companies that have been around for a while, and they're not like a growth stock where they're pumping money right back into the business. They don't pay a dividend. So that's a bit of a tangent, but just wanted to put that out there because that's a big misconception that a lot of people have. But that doesn't mean you can't be a dividend investor and primarily focus on generating dividend income. Like I said, in fact, it's a big motivation for a lot of investors. And this is my argument for someone that really wants to invest in dividend stocks. It's like, if it's going to make you work harder and get more capital to invest more money into the market so you can build your dividend income and build your dividend stock portfolio, maybe like statistically, or if we're looking at performance of like individual dividend stocks versus like the S&P 500, for example, maybe it is a suboptimal strategy in terms of overall return on investment. Overall return on investment being dividend paid plus your return on capital, or your capital gains, right? That combination is your total return. So maybe your total return is better if you just invest in ETFs, like the total stock market ETF or a S&P 500 ETF, versus if you were investing in all these individual dividend stocks. However, if you're more motivated to invest in dividend stocks and you're going to put more effort into growing a bigger portfolio, if you're investing in dividend stocks, your overall return, your percentage wise, might not be as great, but you might be getting a greater total return of money because you're willing to try to put more money into the market. And maybe you decide, hey, like, I'm addicted to dividend and stock investing. I gotta have it. I gotta have more dividend income. And it's like, well, maybe you start a side business because you want more money to pump into the market. Whereas if you were investing in index funds or ETFs, you're like, I'm not really excited about this. I don't really care. Like, I'm just gonna do what I do, and I don't know, I'm not motivated to put any more money into the market than what I'm putting in my 401k. Then it's like, well, maybe that's an advantage to the dividend investing. Not to mention, and this is very nuanced, with real estate investing, and I've read about this, I don't have any actual experience. If you become a real estate professional and you manage your own real estate properties, you can let me think about this a little bit. It's been a while since I looked into this, but it basically it gives you a good reason to invest in passive income investments. It's like you can use real estate professional. Let me think about this real quick. Basically, you can use all of those the write-offs. You can use those write-offs, and like, let's say you have basically more write-offs than you can pay taxes. Those write-offs will spill into like dividend payments. Basically, those write-offs can go against any dividend payment tax you're going to receive for your dividend income. But something to that extent. And please look into it, because I researched this a long time ago, which made me want to get into real estate investing, because I was like, wow, I could basically not be having to pay tax on my dividends. So please look into it. I'm not like a real estate expert by any means. But if you look into becoming a real estate professional, look it up on YouTube, because I found some good videos on YouTube. You can basically offset your dividend taxes over time. Like, you end up not having to pay taxes on your dividend income, which is pretty sweet. So that's a pretty nuanced approach right there. bear with me. But I mean, the real reason anyone would want to pick dividend stocks over like index fund investing or ETF investing or even like growth stock investing is you're just really passionate, I suppose, about dividend investing and the passive income that comes with it and growing that portfolio. So if that's you, as long as you know what you're doing and you know the other options and you know why you're doing what you're doing, then I'd say stay the course and keep doing it. You can always flip flop around too. Like my portfolio is full of, like, I've been all over the place. I've been into index funds and ETFs, and I've been into dividend stocks and value stocks and growth stocks and all these different kind of nuanced ways of looking at stocks, FANG stocks and tech stocks and this and that, which all kind of can fall into similar categories. Like, it's like a Venn diagram. But I guess what I'm getting at is your portfolio is just going to be a big scramble of all these different phases you had when you're researching the stock market. So I have all sorts of different investments in my portfolio. Some are value stocks that pay a dividend. Some maybe are value stocks that don't, and vice versa, and just all sorts of different stuff. So I guess the real takeaway is know what you're doing and just keep doing your homework and keep trying to invest as optimally as possible based on the data, but also based on what you enjoy doing in your heart or whatever. So I'm Max with Stockmasters. Leave a comment down below if you are a dividend investor. I know my Instagram page, stock_masters_ is pretty much dedicated to dividend investing for the most part. So I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of people coming from that page that are very interested in dividend stocks. So let me know in the comments what you're into, and I'll catch you in the next one.